The Lake Region Economic Bloc will host the first ever sugar conference in Kakamega County on the 8th of September as it contemplates a policy shift to solve the challenges plaguing the sugar sector.
Especially on the issue of sugar.
Kakamega Governor Fernandes Barasa has called for engagement among stakeholders to develop sustainable solutions to the decline in sugar production and corresponding increase in sugar prices. A 2-kilogram bag of sugar now retails at nearly 500 shillings, up from about 300 shillings in December last year.
An honest conversation with all the key stakeholders so that we come up with a serious blueprint which will inform our policy directions from the national government so that we get a sustainable solution to the sugar industry.
Last week, the Agriculture and Food Authority suspended milling in Western Kenya for 4 months, ending on the 30th of November due to a shortage of mature cane. Stakeholders attribute the problems ailing the sector to the government's failure to implement the 2018 Sugar Task Force report, which recommended incentives for farmers to boost productivity.
We must do away with the big boys in the sugar industry. The issue of big boys, what I mean by big boys is that you come up with some conclusive discussion and then you find them violating what you have agreed, and they are left scot-free. So that is something that must be addressed.
Yesterday, President William Ruto announced that the government would grant licenses for the importation of sugar from outside the Comesa region to bring down rising prices.
The whole sugarcane sector has been riddled with all manner of confusion and poaching of sugarcane from one corner to another. The others, everybody refusing to work in accordance with the law. In fact, the reason why many companies have closed shop temporarily is because there is no cane to harvest. And they were even harvesting cane that is not mature.
In 2022, the government allowed the Kenya National Trading Corporation to import 20,000 tons of duty-free sugar in an attempt to lower prices, but millers were locked out of the one-year import window. Stakeholders have welcomed yesterday's move as a short-term measure to sustain the more than 4,500 workers who have been placed on compulsory leave, but they warn that cheap imports could injure the sector in the long term.
Every miller must have a cane development program, and more so checked keenly and audited by AFA to make sure that we have cane development program.
According to the president, the cabinet will hold a meeting next week to ratify the decision to import sugar and deliberate on reforms that will breathe new life into the industry. Muriel Adhiambo, K24, Nairobi.